Welcome back to another video. So today we are actually heading over to the Emerald Pools. We are gonna head over there in the next 10 minutes and it's a long drive, 2 hours. It's quite far. It's actually only 70 kilometers, but it must be a windy road. So the cool kids are ready with wristbands. It's a like 10-seater bus with a tour guide. The seats are all right, not too bad.
Not too bad. Yeah. I feel a bit upright, but
yeah, a bit upright. They don't recline. The luxury of that. We don't have that. So this is the tour we picked.
We picked this one.
Emerald Pool and Hot Spring. So the pickup from Ao Nang. This is where we are. And then this is the price at 1,800, but we got for 1,450. Lunch wasn't included, but the national park fee
is included.
That is something we'll discuss down the track. Very, very important if you are planning this trip. That could change your whole plan. We reckon probably closer to 50.
Probably, yeah.
How many splashing it?
Yeah, you're like really good.
Alright guys, after our first part, which was the blue pools, we are now at the Emerald Pools. It was like a 15 minutes drive from the blue pools. So blue pools we had like an hour to spend. I think it was enough.
It was enough. Because like once you jump around, take a couple of photos, like there's nothing really else to do. You can relax a bit, but it's perfect timing.
I think you can carry it away with the times. The tour is actually a better option. Since they kind of like remind you and kind of like get you out of there. So you can actually spend time throughout these two locations. Anyway, let's walk in and I give you a bit more information. Initially we had our shoes with us, but then we also had packed thongs.
Yeah.
We thought if you go in the water, turns out you don't really need shoe here. So Emerald Pool from here is like 1 kilometer. You get two options. So option one, you can go straight ahead and it's 800 meters and that's where the toilets and all the stuff are. But if you choose this one, first right when you enter, it's like a nature trail. A lot of people pick this one. It's only 1,000 meters, like 1 kilometer. So not a significant longer than the other.
But it's meant to be nicer.
It's beautiful. Like it's got like a waterfall.
Yeah.
And you walk past all these little cascades of water. So with the tour options now, so this is the thing. So we initially thought about, so there are different options. So Emerald Pools, so actually obviously it's got two parts, the blue pools and emerald pools. They are like 20 minutes apart from each other. You can get to the blue pools. So blue pools are actually, it's not one place. They're like few places.
Yeah, privately owned.
Privately owned.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing because not everyone's going to go at one spot. Where we went to, on something onsen.
Yeah.
I think we had like 2 groups there.
Two groups.
Each group like 10 people. Not too bad.
Wasn't too busy and everyone was kind of spread out, so you didn't feel like everyone was in the same spot doing the same thing. Like it was quite relaxing.
I think most people were in the like a moderate.
In the moderate,
water.
yeah.
Well, remember the one we went to like a super hot. That was like 50
I don't think
degrees.
anyone like actually sat in there except for us. We're the crazy ones.
Get out. But that was nice to just dip in there. It was too hot that I think I started sweating.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, from Ao Nang to Emerald Pool, it's 2 hours drive, roughly an hour and a half or 2 hours. It's on the highway. Roads are pretty good. And that's why the guy was like punching. He was like full of flying. So I reckon he made it maybe less than 2 hours.
Yeah.
So for you to, let's say, example, you want to be on the bike, I reckon it's a significant distance,
Yeah.
and especially the weather. It rains, I don't know, out of sudden sometimes here.
Yeah.
So that's another consideration you got to make. Bike is definitely cheaper because you can hire a bike for like $350.
Not even. I think less a day.
$250, maybe $350 is
yeah.
like a bigger one
Yeah.
if you want a bigger engine. So I'm gonna swap side my arms are tied. And you can get that for $250. Let's say that's a $350. That's it with the fuel and everything. Let's say $500.
500.
You pay for a bike per day. Okay, well that's $500 baht there. Then to enter the national park, this is something that made our decision to stick with the tour instead of coming here by yourself. The entry fee per person is 600 baht. It used to be 200, and they said they only changed it
2
recently.
months ago, I think. Yeah.
So recently they just bumped it up. The price for locals are different.
Yeah.
Obviously, we tourists, we're going to be paying a higher
Paying
price.
the high fees. Yep.
So 600 for each, so that's 1,200. 500 for the bike. And then when you come to the pools, let's say, for example, we went to the blue pool, if you just turn up there, you just pay them 500 baht
Yeah. That's what I saw on the sign.
per person. So that's your 1,000 gone already.
So it's an extra. Like it just keeps kind of accumulating.
So 500 to the bike.
Probably close to 1,000 with the entry
So
per
it's
person.
more or less, so actually it's more expensive to do the self-tour.
Yeah.
You can get a taxi as well, actually, but a taxi is like 1,000
Private
bucks
taxi. Yeah.
one way. And then you have to pay 1,000. So it's a taxi is like a 2,000, even 2,500. So doing all these calculations, it turned out that it's better to just stick with the
The
tour.
tour.
And you know, they give you a bit of information, and it's nothing really that you can't do in the tour that you would do it by yourself otherwise.
Yeah, exactly.
The same thing, same pool. It's more like a supervised in terms of timing,
Yeah.
and it's not like you don't really do much stuff. Like right now, we've been left alone for like 2 hours, and they said come back at 1:20.
Yeah.
And it's like 11:20, so we got like 2
2
hours
hours.
on our own
pretty good.
time. And when we were at the blue pools, they literally said to us, all right, an hour,
An
off you
hour.
go, take photos, take videos, have fun. So I reckon tour is a better option.
Best option. And I think like the bike would have been good as well, but the distance is long, A. And then secondly, like when we're driving through from point A to point B, so say from the pools to the Emerald Pool, the road was rocky.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
it was not good. Like now I understand why that lady said to us yesterday it's too dangerous.
So the most of the highway is pretty good.
Yeah.
But the good in the terms of if you're in a car. I think
Yeah.
if you're on a bike,
It's too much.
it's high speed and there's cars and trucks and everything just flying past you.
Yeah. And the road works. So
That's another thing. And as soon as you come to the township and then you go into these blue pools, and then you have this kind of like not an off-road, but like not a bitumen road.
yeah.
It's a bit of a gravel road. Okay with the bikes, but if it's raining and stuff,
Not good.
has been rained, nah.
This is really blue.
It's nice.
Yeah. And there's little fish in there. You're swimming with the fish.
All right. So after finishing off at the Emerald Pools, the swim water is actually really nice.
So nice. Nicer water temperature than the other pool. It was a
Yeah.
bit cooler.
A lot of people, but that's all right. It's like a bit of an oasis.
It is, yeah. It's quite nice actually. I like that.
There's a bit of section over there. If you're not keen to go into the deeper water, so the depth of the water is 1.5 meters, I think. So if you're not keen on that, well, you can dip into these little sections, and these are actually security guards, the camo pants, very tactical. So they do have a staff watching people, which is a good thing. They've got life jackets, so if someone needs it, that's an option. But it's good they got a staff watching people.
Yeah, and they're very kindly taking photos of us too, making sure that we're getting the full experience.
Where's the hot spring? There we go, guys. I didn't even
Didn't know how that process worked, so there you go.
Here it comes out of the earth. It's hot. I thought it was sulfur that makes the water hot.
Yeah.
He did say it rains every day here.